My digital story is on the relationship between social learning theory and middle school truancy by Deanna Harvell. This project will take an in-depth look into the culture and climate of a middle school in Michigan. The goal of this project is to examine the relationship between the social learning theory and student truancy issues. While visiting the school for a day and observing students' interactions in between classes and during lunch, I developed 4 hypotheses which I plan to test during this video, which consist of 1. Students who are frequently late to class or skip class do so to fit in with the cool crowd. 2. Students who are frequently late to class or skip class do so because they do not recognize the rewards or consequences associated with this behavior. 3. Students who are frequently late to class or skip class do so because they do not like the teacher or other students in the class. And 4. Students who are frequently late to class or skip class do so because the school culture promotes an atmosphere where this is deemed socially acceptable. Kids in the hallways hanging out when class has already begun. Students have a total of 4 minutes to make it from class to class, and a bell is utilized to indicate when students are late to class. Many students are late to class or skip class for a number of reasons. Some students do not like the teacher or may be being picked on by other students in the class, while other students may think it is cool or socially acceptable to skip class. These students believe that the culture of the school has created a climate where there are no consequences for skipping or being late, and that it is socially acceptable due to the reinforcement that is received from their peers. Conformity is a major part of a middle school child's life, and often it is crucial in a child's education. Unfortunately, many students skip class or are late because they do not find the value in education. Students are behind in their work, do not understand their work, or may not feel a sense of belonging within their school, which causes their interest in school to decrease. TJ, why are some kids late all the time, and why do they skip class?
Some of them is because people think they're cool when they skip. Sometimes it's peer pressure, like other kids want them to do it. And other times it's because some students don't like the teacher and they just want to just not go to that class.
For students that skip, do you think they wouldn't if consequences were heavier?
It's because they think if they go to that class, they're going to get in trouble. So then they don't go to that class knowing if they skip, they're not going to really get in trouble or have a discipline ticket.
TJ, what do students think about the discipline ticket?
It really depends. Some students are seeing what other students are just like, okay, yeah, this is a ticket, oh well.
Okay, thank you. Amaya, do you feel tardies at this school is a big issue?
Yes, because they should get on class to time. They shouldn't have no reason to be tardy to class.
Why do students feel the need to skip class?
Because they probably don't want to learn, or they just want to be truancy, or they just want to play around with people in their hallway, don't care about class, or don't want to learn.
Do you think that some kids are skipping to be cool?
Probably some of them, because they'll probably be feeling stupid or dumb that they didn't go to class. Or some of them might think they cool because they don't want to be here to learn.
The interviews with both the middle school students supported my initial hypothesis regarding truancy issues in the middle school. After listening to these students' opinions about truancy, 2 thoughts came to mind. The first, how strong of a role that social learning theory plays in these students' lives. These students have found it socially acceptable and rewarding to violate district policies on a regular basis through the imitation and modeling of negative behavior. Second thought. Both of these students were able to acknowledge that skipping and being late to class is wrong, but yet students continue to do it without regard. School faculty must take a strong and firm stance on the attendance policy. Staff must incorporate the elements of the social learning theory by modeling appropriate behaviors through encouraging kids to make it to class on time, provide rewards for positive behavior as well as consequences for negative behavior, contacting parents to volunteer in the hallways, and involving the truancy court. School faculty could create a reward system to recognize and support those students who are striving to maintain positive attendance, while motivating those who have poor attendance to turn things around. Staff could have a monthly pizza party, school dance, or an athletic event to encourage students. The development of a sound reward system and consequence system is critical toward creating a positive climate and cultural shift within a school setting.